One of the things that makes this election different is that you have a former president running against an incumbent president. That means it's not only going to be a referendum this election on the incumbent, it's going to be a referendum on the former president as well. The key thing here is that you've got two presidents' records that people are going to be scrutinizing, that the press is going to be scrutinizing, and that are going to shape the contours of the election. Another thing that could make this election different are third-party candidates. Now, third-party candidates are not that unusual in American politics. Certainly a well-known name in Robert Kennedy Jr. And there's a possibility also that the so-called No Labels Party will put up a credible candidate like Joe Manchin, the senator from West Virginia. Now, neither of those candidates is likely to win the election, but they could cut into the vote share of either Trump or Biden and push the election in one direction or the other. I think the big one is Super Tuesday. It's the largest primary, so 1/3 of the delegates on both sides will be selected on that day. If the polling holds up and Trump maintains his position as the front runner, the campaign will be framed at that point, well before the conventions on both sides. The one that gets the most attention is the possibility of one of the 4 court cases concerning Donald Trump is decided. The real issue is the court deciding one way or the other, so that voters have clarity about whether Trump is a felon or not before they go into the voting booth. But a conviction of Donald Trump in one of these court cases could also change the dynamic by pushing a larger chunk of independents into Biden's column. We know from opinion polling that somewhere between 1/5 to 1/3 of independents have said that they won't vote for Donald Trump if he's convicted. That doesn't mean that they'll vote for Joe Biden, but it gives Biden an opportunity, were something like that to happen, to pick up a significant swath of the vote. Remember, we're headed into an election which is probably going to be decided by 4 to 6 states in the United States. I mean, it's worth remembering that in the 2020 election, the outcome was really decided by 2 states, Georgia and Arizona, and 40,000 votes. I mean, it's a remarkable thing when you think about it. In an election where most of the world thinks a lot is at stake in the United States, the election could very well come down to, a couple 100,000 voters making the decision.